he's got a playmate for a little bit. We're gonna see how they do. I need to take the cow's temperature yet. I'm hoping I can get lucky where she'll just stick her head in there so I can take it real quick. Huh? Yeah. And Hope's never been one to play like a normal calf. She's more like an old cow. She's like an old soul, like her mama was. So she's just like, oh, I'm by myself. I'm alone or whatever. And she's super calm. She never really plays. But when I let her over here when we've been dealing with a cow, she'll run around and play. So I've been excited to see that actually, her come out of her shell. But I am gonna sneak a little bit and see if she will sneak her head in. Well, I just took bandage off and checked his temp. And his sight looks great. He pretty much peed the entire time when I was taking it off. I feel bad because it ripped some hair off. But he did good. He let me catch him, let me take his temp. He's got fresh bedding in here. Now, I'm hoping to see if I can get the other cow's temp. Hope's adopted mommy. Obviously, I give a little bit of straw to Tahoe and Buffalo, and Tahoe's loving it. So we'll see how adopted mommy's doing. She's coming along great, actually. She doesn't mind me going in there and feeding her now. So I'm gonna see how she's walking this morning because she's been scooting this morning. So I'm gonna see what's up with her. Well, this is comical. That calf just called the other calf, was hollering. Mom wasn't coming up yet. They were at the green gate. And they were playing. But I had to come out here and double check all the girls. Huh. Double check everyone, make sure everyone's good. Those are my two youngest calves right there that are out right now. So with the thunder and lightning we had last night and the rain today, I definitely wanted to make sure my eyes were on them for sure. And Dad said that one of the cows out here was limping this morning, so double checked her while these girls were in. So that's little Z getting his breakfast. Little Zach. And the other one is Pretty Girl's baby. But everyone's, I mean, right at the bottom of the hill, so it's not that big of a deal. They're still with the herd. And Roadrunner is the loudest sucker this morning. So definitely keeping eyes on calves with this major weather change again. We were hot and humid yesterday and then flat out damn poor, so that's where we're at right now. And I think I am going to attempt to spread straw and let Hope and her adopted mommy over with our hernia calf.
Yep, that's Becky standing out there. And it's pretty well gone now. That stripe in the middle of the screen. Right there. That was a real cool, rainbow. Becky tried to get a picture of it. Nah, it didn't come out. We've had thunder rolling through. Focus. For about the last half hour. Some pretty good rumbles. Why are you not focusing where you should? Oh, I know why. It's the antenna. And the wind's been blowing a bit, and I just felt 2 drops of rain on my head. I start singing a song. So I think the forecast that Tyler did earlier was off a little bit, because it said rain at 7 a.m. Yeah, it's almost 8:30 p.m. And another big drop hit me in the head. Got everything home. Figure out what the hell to do with the international. Not like I got time. I still got a baler to fix and a rake to fix. Not like I really got time to play around with doing an end frame on an engine. And 3394 is sitting right there for the night. Seeds out of the drill. I don't care. It can get wet now because we wash it out every year anyway. When we're done with it, spring or fall, whichever, we wash it out. That's on the list for tomorrow. And that's what it looks like to the east tonight. If I go up here, we can get some other colors too. And yeah, that is pretty much what it really looks like. Pretty freaking cool out tonight. Not to mention interesting. Oh, I don't need a real downpour up there on that field. That field is about straight through there. It doesn't need a big downpour, but it needs a good rain on it. Help smooth up what's left, melt a few clods. Really should have gone over it with the disc again, but it's a disadvantage of not having a field disc anymore. And we were always going to replace the one we got rid of, but you know, finding a decent one and figuring what you're going to pull it with. And I think that Massey right there with duals on it would probably pull at least an 18-foot pretty good. But we don't have one, so we just use the big one. But a field disc does a lot better job making smaller clods than the big one does. So anyway, if you can hear Dino in the background down there growling. We'll say this is the rest of hump day. And I think we're going to get a little rain because I'm getting wetter. Well, I missed the sun kind of peeking through the trees because, well, you know, I was texting Ron this morning and we were texting last night. The thunderstorm. This morning he said he went through quite the storm on the way to work. And about the last 10 minutes, I keep hearing some pretty good rumbles from the north. They're not real close. It's probably what Ron went through on his way to work. And most of these girls came up here last night, spent the night in the barn. Gonna have to check some calves this morning because the youngest of them, I don't think came in. And 42 degrees this morning and 99% humidity. Just freaking wonderful, eh? And I kind of missed the fog this morning too. A little dark to get much. The ground fog over hay fields and over the neighbors up there. Anyway, we're going to see what the day brings. I mean, I know what part of it's going to bring. Get the disc cleaned up and greased, put away, and see if that tractor is going to run long enough to do all that. Same with the drill and cultipacker, and well, I got to fix both those tractors. I'm hoping the 3394 is a little easier to fix because everything kind of points to the screen for the hydraulics. Since it's both remotes that are, the only way they'll lift is if I surge the clutch. And that just kind of tells me that, you know, it's either that or a priority valve. I mean, it could be the priority valve. I don't know yet. Still got to get a chance to find that out. Still got a rake to fix. Still got a baler to fix. And I guess it's supposed to rain for the next week anyway, with a day or two here and there that might be sunny. And these poor girls need a little more pasture. I don't really want to give them that little 3/4 piece yet because it's so wet. And then the hill, I don't want them to screw that hill up because it's so wet either. But, you know, I still got to go out there and do some grade work in that 3/4 piece before we can get up to the hay fields to make any hay. That's a month away, I suppose. Yeah, if I remember on my way back, I'll show you how much the neighbors left. One piece there's 100 acres, actually 99.5 or whatever. And it kind of looks like they got about 80 or 85 acres planted. The spots they went around. And there's a few spots there where the first field fire was. There's probably, looks like maybe 3 or 4 acres they missed right there that they couldn't get on. So, and it's, what is it, 9:30? At 6 o'clock we had 8 100ths of an inch. Oh yeah, shut up. And now we got 3/10. Probably about a half an hour, it was almost one constant thunder roll. Didn't see any lightning, but man, the thunder was right over the top of us. You know, the good shop roof rattlers. So it's wet this morning. Really glad I got that little patch done yesterday. And I'm headed to town because, hey, it's a really great time to go swap CO2 bottles. Let Glenn have his little bottle back and give my big bottle back before I do much work on the trailer. You know, he's gracious enough to just let me use what's there. And I'm not going to use that for any custom work or any big jobs. I didn't use very much of it. Gabe said the same thing when I was done, so, you know, I just used enough to finish up what I needed to get done for myself at the moment. And there's too many places with too much juice going somewhere. Must be grows. God only knows. There are places you can really tell when you're near a marijuana grow. The CB just, well, you can turn the squelch all the way and it still keeps going. And I heard they got in there and were planting spuds. I hope they finished it, because if they didn't, they're done for a while. And I then had to go pick up a bag of milk replacer, which we get that stuff from a guy out at Gaston. He sells dairy stuff. We get quite a bit of stuff from him, actually. He'll set it out so we can pick it up. Just picked that up on her way home last night, and she was up between Gaston and Forest Grove, and she says, I didn't know so-and-so farmed clear down there. Yeah. Another guy, Cornelius, we know he's got a lot of government ground that he farms, just the way it's worked out, you know, in the right place at the right time. And he was apparently flying across the field trying to finish planting. So, kind of sounds, I'm going to guess, knowing him, was what she said he had done. Knowing him, he finished it up before he went home. So, yeah, we're talking 1/4 inch to 1 inch of rain today. Well, we're already past the quarter, so I wouldn't doubt it if we see an inch. Yeah, there's a little more water down there than there was. The guy that was farming that passed away here a few months ago, and I think the guy I was talking about a little bit ago is probably going to farm it. I'm assuming he is. They were good friends and helped each other out. And he lives right up here across the bridge, so not too far for him to go. Something close to home anyway. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you that. That looks like there's a couple more feet than there was, so it covers probably another 8 or 10 acres total in there. And that looks like it's higher than it was. Yeah, going for my second trip to town. I forgot to take something in the Tom, but see the yellow strip there? That's probably a good acre, maybe 2 acres, as long as that is. The next ridge over, I know there's about a 5 acre that you can't see. Plus it goes way out that way and way out that way. Plus a little spot up farther on the hill they didn't go into. And over there on the other side of the trees, and there's 2 spots right along the road behind me. So yeah, that was wet when they still got it on it. And yesterday, one of the other fields they got up the road, I could see they had a little bit of growth on it. Probably by tomorrow I'll see growth on what they got planted over here. Hey, second trip to town, because I figured I better take that part into Tom to see if he can figure it out. And I thought I would see how much water's over here. There's a little there. Yeah, there ain't much there. They actually looks like they got in there and worked some ground. They'll get in on those wet spots and replant later. That's a little better looking than I thought it was. It's Jackson Bottom, just south of Hillsboro. Now we're up out of the river bottom. And yeah, it's still raining. It's lightened up, but that was supposed to have been done through Portland at noon. It hasn't quit yet. It's just lightened up. Instead of having the wipers all the way on, you can get by with them on a fairly low setting. So I don't know how much we've gotten now. It was half inch at lunch. So, and the good thing is it's not in downpours. So for those of us that did get something planted in the last few days, it's not washing it all down the hill. Anyway, I just figured I'd share that little tidbit with you. Hopefully in the next few days, well, maybe by the middle of next week, I'll hear back from Tom on that part. He'll probably say he can't find it either. But, hey, you know, if he can find it, I know that'll save me a lot of money versus having to replace the whole arm and everything to the tune of, heck was it, $3,600 from the dealership? And 4 to 6 weeks to get it. Or we did find another place, had it for $1,600, and it was a minimum 6 weeks to get it. And winter wheat growing there, it's up 8 inches, maybe 10 inches high. And I don't know what he's got there all laid down. That could be ryegrass. Maybe he raises some of that. And don't know what he's got there. It looks kind of leafy. Might be Austrian peas. He raises those. And either way, there's a lot of stuff growing, and there's a lot of stuff that hasn't even been planted yet. Give Mommy and Hope. Hope knows when to eat, don't you, sweetheart? Any chance she gets. So she got moved in here. Give him a little company. He got his band off today. Things are looking really, really good. So, I'll show you that much. I think Ty's in the shop working on a parts for that little trailer we got to work on. I just got back from town. Oh, I lied. She's right here. I can't get any closer because the radio's playing, but there she is. Say hi, Ty. She can unplug the radio instead. Getting a little straw in here so the calves have their own little hole up here.
Bam and attitude
cooking.
Bam and attitude cooking.
Oh.
Bam was baby.
Bam,
Very
Bam.
patiently.
Bam Bam and Attitude were in and nobody else was, so.
Now Attitude's babysitter. There's like 3 calves under here.
And the bad thing is when we go out and they got the creek, not all floats seal up good. This one was overflowing, so it's turned off. That one's sealing. That one, it seeps a little too, so it's turned off. I just got to keep an eye on them in the mornings. So, anyway, that's what I got for you for now. Huh, Whiskey? Huh, Bud? You want to say hi? You want to say hi? Well, Red wants to. Hi, Red. And Rainy just wants to stare at everybody. And Blue's a good boy. He got him a rat in the back barn this morning. Here you go, Nelson. A little bit of Sparky. Talking to the camera. Got it clamped up so she can stick it on. It's in between there and there. I still gotta cut the other piece for the other side for her. And look, we got a new bottle. It's even a virgin. First time it's ever been out. Literally. It's always fun when it doesn't want to arc. Yeah. Things are cleaned up pretty decent, but still. Get this done and throw some paint on some stuff and get it out of here. We got enough of our own stuff to get in. But it's kind of hard to pass up a little job like this. Ain't a big money maker, and I don't screw people on it. Throw a little cash in my pocket. And God knows that's a rare commodity anymore. Don't gotta weld it solid. Underneath, just get a few inch or 2 inch tacks out across it. But you gotta get the ends welded good. I was wondering if too much she was doing a lot of welding under there. Guess sometimes it pays to zoom in and see what you're doing, eh? From here, that looks like a pretty good weld. I told her, don't screw it up.
My chippy ass was not made for this sort of shit. My boots don't fit underneath the goddamn thing.
There's a jack on that edge. You can always raise it higher. Fun part is this one over here because there's a cross brace. And it's in between where that cross brace hits the front and the corner. You can see better the other side. It's kind of close over there. A few spots underneath to get the ends good. The top side is V'd so it can get welded good. And where it's V'd at the top, we can knock the weld off easy enough. So I better get the other piece cut before she's waiting for it. Now she's on the second piece. She had a hard time getting turned around in there. Must have something that didn't stick good. If I was really good, I'd get these other two pieces cut for her too, but you know. I gotta relax and watch somebody. Looking over here, I'm wondering what she do, but that's from running a grinder over the rust. Anyway, there you go. Got a little hot glue action for you tonight. Well, there it is, all done. Fresh, good Rust-Oleum on the parts that had a little rust on. Excuse me, which is what he wanted. Told him we may as well do that because it didn't take long. I mean, half of it we had to clean up to work on anyway. But where the boards were against the side rails, and then all the cross members. And of course, all the new stuff, new used stuff. So it's done, and I just repacked the cow that's got Hope on her and finished feeding. And I think they'll be at the beginning of this, unless I forget, then they'll be at the end. She sent me a clip of her moving the grain drill out here with the skid steer yesterday. She's got a couple of clips of calves and cows and bulls, whatever. I just know they're there. I'll throw them in so you can see them. And it finally quit raining. I have no idea what we've got, and I'm going to guess it's got to be pushing 3/4 of an inch by now. So, there you go. Hope everybody's Thursday was good. And hope everybody has a great Friday. Thanks for watching, everybody.